Wow, Hank discovered this yesterday. This is really amazing. He texted me, sent me photos of this, and well, we'll just let you guys decide and take a look at it and see what you think. A lot of processed wood here. Golly. Little spring. This is just too stinking cool, man. This is an area of location where I want to say November 2019 had a sighting, of course, and took Janice out to dinner, and this is where she got the mud between her toes, her sandals, and we came down here and had the sighting of the baby Bigfoot right over there. But look at this, y'all. Isn't this just amazing? Hank said it was bigger than he was. I mean, and of course I've already found some ground stick signs. There's probably Hank's footprint right there. But let's take a look at this thing. Isn't this amazing? Wow. How cool is this? What? An amazing structure. I mean, really? Really, it reminds me of like the seven stretchers video from like Leanne Carnegie. Something like that, maybe. You got this one arch leaner. Unreal. This is incredible. Oh look, there's, I thought it was a ground stick, maybe not, but I did see one on the way in. Just an amazing structure. It's almost like you can walk through right in here. Oh yeah, it is ground stick. I didn't think it was for a second, but yeah. Okay. There was about, oh, I don't know, several ground sticks in here in this spot when me and Janice was here. This is actually where she caught the image of the purple blob like Grimace and McDonald's ads years and years ago. Just this big hulking purple, almost like if you popped a purple smoke grenade or something, just this mist that ran by, and she captured it in several photos. Really cool stuff. Man, this is really cool though. Some of these pieces are pretty big. Yeah, this is amazing, really. Really amazing area. This is the place that I suspected that this structure was at. I mean, Hank, when he sent the pictures, he didn't tell me right away where the location was, and I tried calling him and didn't get no answer and got concerned about him, because we have seen some other things here. Like this one skeptic, sort of skeptic, she saw a wolf creature that cloaked in here. Not actually here, but over just about 200 yards away from here. And then Janice and I seen what looked like this black looking deer with a gray stripe down its side and a white underbelly leaping through the woods. And I thought I'd be brave and, you know, run around the other side, you know, outflank it and chase it out, you know, scare it out of the woods. Well, it didn't scare. And then I thought, now what are you going to do, you know? When I ran up on this, it looked like this U-shape kind of structure. I mean, really, it was just this black line that came up out of the ground that made like a you with these fuzzy tassels. It was shooting out from the outer edge, like the outer corona, inward, and then as they all retracted back into the outer edge, they all just disappeared. The outer edge and everything, the tassels, fuzzy tassels. And I turned around to walk out, and that's when Janice captured it on her cell phone video of this, I'd say 10 foot tall, easily estimated, and it's of the black figure, but it was absolutely cloaked. There's another, almost looks like a ground stick, but yeah. Let's look around for any other clues here. This is kind of interesting little structure here. This is over where me and Janice spotted the baby right here. Now that sort of looks like that's been piled up from a flood, but some of that looks like it's been added to it also. Interesting rock there. This is right where we seen that baby that ran right up that embankment. You can actually see something's gone up and down that hill. Of course, the baby ain't a baby no more. Looks like a Bigfoot bathroom or somebody, you know. Somebody stopped to change your drawers or something. Yeah. Stick there is kind of interesting too. Broke stick there. Yeah, something's been down here. Something eating good in the neighborhood, eh? Looks like holes in the ground from who knows what all. Crawdad mounds and stuff. Yeah, look at this structure though, guys. Yeah, like I say, you can't make this shit up, this crap up. I mean, you could, but why would you? Like, why would somebody just come down here and build this for, even if he's homeless taking a crap in the woods over there? With the ground stick sign, of all things, you know? Devil's in the details, that's for sure. That's interesting the way that's forms that V stuck in the ground. I've seen that before too. Yeah. Just amazing kind of construction. I mean, this sort of defies logic. Like, you wouldn't even think something like this would be freestanding in here. How cool. And then all these sticks piled up on the backside. I'll try to include some photos at the end of this video of the sightings that I've had, images that I've captured. One of them was holding up this big stone in front of him. Sort of looked kind of a reddish color on camera. Of course, it was with the night vision filter on my cell phone, so it's kind of hard to tell, but I believe I actually had a sighting of a bobcat here, like right in this area where this thing's at, this stretcher over in these logs here piled up. It would have been the first bobcat sighting I've ever had, so it's very well possible. Special thanks to Hank for finding this. I mean, he's certainly not someone who's unaware of them and their existence. You know, when he was a kid, he would come down to this creek and he would sit in these teepee structures. So this isn't like something new to Hank, because he's known about these structures before it was a thing in the Bigfoot community. Even like, he would hang out in them, play in them, you know. spend time down here along the creek bottom. Yeah, it's just amazing. Amazing set of stretcher signs in here. Alrighty. Well, God bless you all, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next adventure. How about that? Talk to you soon. Enjoy these pictures. Best that I've captured so far of them, so we'll make our way back out of here. Yeah. There's a little lizard in here running around earlier, but look at these pretty spring flowers everywhere. That's Hank's texting me now. Asked me if I've heard anything about when they're gonna reopen work back up, so I guess I better hop off here and give him a shout. But boy, that thing's really concealed. If you didn't just know right where to go all the way around back in there to find it, might not ever see it. Just a park in the city. City Bigfoot. Close enough to city limits anyway. It's probably still county here, but just down the road here it's the city. Yeah. So you get over here, you can't even see that teepee. I actually was gathering up some walnuts to make a walnut dye, and come upon a bunch of Osage orange fruit. And what I didn't know is it was placed in an area that was obviously marked out separate from these other places down here in these woods, with these logs that formed a square on the ground. And then there's all these big balls of Osage orange fruit in them. And so I took some to experiment with, to mix in with the dye and everything, and come to find out it's naturally bug repellent. So when I dyed my clothes with it, you know, it gave me an insect repellent that's natural. And I thought, I wonder if the Bigfoot used this, or were gathering it there, or left it there, or maybe thought that that's what I was looking for, even by picking up those walnuts, that they placed that there for insect repellent, you know. Worked out good. It actually has an orangey looking color that helped with the brown of the walnuts, making my own camouflage dye and stuff. Make my own camo clothing too. Yeah, help better blend in the woods, you know, and in these places back in here. Thing is, with their abilities and having seen various kinds of real abilities to cloak, it's like one could be standing right here and you'd never even realize it, actually. You know, you'd never even walk right by it even. I know that girl that was down here, she seemed to be genuinely frightened when she seen something that she said was really big, and I was like, well, how big was it? And she said, oh, about 4 or 4.5 feet tall, some wolf creature that cloaked. And I'm like, okay, a 4.5 foot tall wolf creature. There's a canine track right there. People walk their dogs down here. I mean, that's like German Shepherd size track, or yeah, not no 4.5 foot tall wolf track, that's for sure. But yeah, these things that exist, that are here, I mean, we're talking about them being here for probably hundreds of years, if not thousands of years, actually. And in this area, in this habitation area right here in East Tennessee, you know, people come out, have a little picnic in the park, and little do they realize what it is that is here watching them, from the shadows. Even when we first came out here, Janice found a Y ground stick sign that was so subtle, so tiny, that you would pass by it and never even think to realize it. Just a little bitty tiny ground stick sign. This patches of this kind of green grass is kind of telling too of what's in here. This is an actual ancient burial grounds of theirs. When they first started to clean up this area, they had, you know, bricks and blocks of concrete and materials and things that people had dumped in here, and so they'd work to clean up the park, just like cutting them trees up and stuff, and trying to beautify the place and put trails all in down through here and turn it into like a little bird watching area. And now, you know, it's almost like passing through a Bigfoot. It's like a Bigfoot bus station, you know. It's like they come through here, these transients passing through Bigfoot, and leave a little sign or a little mark of their presence in here. I know I've had additional sightings of the one that I saw here of him and his spiked mohawk hairstyle. And even the baby that Janice and I saw, I've seen him once before, and I called him Junior. He's nearly as big as I am, or as big as I am. He's probably closer to 6 foot tall now. He's about 5.5 feet when I seen him. And so I think that, you know, seeing them several miles away from here, even, you know, the fact that they travel and they move or migrate, whatever you want to call it, I don't really see it as a migration. I see it as just them moving in between different areas, different locations that hold certain significance for them. I mean, they could about live anywhere. I mean, they could live in the back of the county landfill and nobody's going to know it. Nobody's going to know they're dumpster diving behind a restaurant or local business, or that they sit there and watch children at the dentist office through the window while they're getting their teeth worked on. I mean, nobody would believe in that sort of thing. But yet, I'd say those kids that are under the laughing gas effect is all that these people think that they're seeing. You know, there's a gorilla back here. Oh yeah, sure kid, sure there's a gorilla back here. Yeah, lots of gorillas running through here. Little do they know what it is that these children see. I think kids can be more susceptible to having sightings of them because, I don't know, they just have that age of innocence to where they haven't been told how to think or what to believe. They see something, they believe themselves into knowing what it is they're seeing. But yet as adults, we come along and say, oh, there's no such thing as your imaginary friends or the friends that live in the woods that speak to you, you know, telepathy and everything. So, well, I better get off this soapbox, make a short video longer. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.